Alright guys, welcome back to another video. It's your man Jay Will. So this computer here that you're looking at is a computer I've actually been using for probably about a week now. And I got this from Amazon, and shout out to iRulu for sending this out for review. It's actually a pretty solid two-in-one. Two-in-ones are something that's, a lot of people have been using for a long time. And I'll have a link in the description for this particular two-in-one. It's actually a little bit more affordable than most two-in-ones that you can get, and you're actually getting getting a little bit of computer with this. Now, my intentions was to just do an unboxing and then come back in a week, but I decided after doing the unboxing, I just decided, you know what, I'm actually going to use this thing and just do more than an unboxing. So, in the box though, you will see the keyboard, because it actually does come with a keyboard, and I'll show that here in just a second. A really nice keyboard at that. But this just some tech specs on this thing here. It comes in two colors, I believe. It comes in orange and green. Yeah, it comes in orange and green. And there's different versions of this. So I'll have a link in the description to the specific one that I purchased. Now, there's a lot that comes with this, and I really appreciate their efforts on this. Now, it does have 2 gigs of DDR3 RAM, and it has a 32 gig on-build storage, but you do get an SD card slot that takes up to 128 gigs. So that's going to be important to people who are purchasing a two-in-one. They do offer 1 year free of Office 365 and a terabyte of OneDrive cloud storage. Now, I didn't mention those things first. They didn't tell me to do that, but those are important to a lot of people that use Windows devices, and I do use Windows devices. So this particular PC, because it's a full-fledged Windows 10 operating system PC, is a 10.1-inch display. So it's packed. It's a computer that's portable. It has a 6,000 milliamp hour battery in here, and they're guaranteeing about 6 hours of working time. And believe it or not, I get about 5 hours and 55 minutes or so. I don't know how they were able to do that, but at least their numbers are realistic on the battery. Now, this has a Intel Cherry Trail clocked at 1.92 gigahertz. It's a quad-core processor, so it is a quad-core processor. Now, the reason I stress that is because a lot of two-in-ones are actually dual-core, and so you need to be mindful of the kind of two-in-one or Windows PC when you're trying to save money on computers, what you're buying. Now, if you look on Amazon, this actually has a really high rating. I mean, it's got like a 3.5, almost 4-star rating, and this only costs $219. And I don't think a lot of people are rating this based on the price. It actually performs very well. I mean, I haven't had any issues with it, to my surprise. The camera quality on here is grainy. You're not buying this for the cameras. However, this camera does shoot in 1080p. There's a 2 megapixel on the front, and then a 5 megapixel on the back. And here's some of the branding there, as you can see. But this computer it's a full-blown computer. All your apps, everything can go on here. Let me show you the storage on here. I'll go in this way. I'm in PC mode, but you can go ahead and go to tablet mode, which takes it back to this form factor. Some people like this form factor, some people don't. But as you can see, as I swipe in from the side here, all the settings are just like any other computer. This is just a full-fledged, full-blown computer. It's just simple as that. So if I go into system here, I want to show you the storage. As you can see here, I do have things installed. So, out of the 29 gigs, I have almost 14 available. And I don't have an SD card in here because this isn't like my main. I don't want to lose an SD card or something, because I do like this tablet. I've actually been using it a lot. More than I thought I would, because I get a lot of things in for review, and I buy a lot of things too. And, this computer is definitely worth $219. I kid you not. Battery has been really good to me. As you can see, there you go. You can see there, estimated remaining is 5 hours and 44 minutes with 95%. So I'm getting right at what they're claiming to get. That is so rare in a computer, because I think about all the other computers that I've purchased that claim 8 hours and I got like 6, or they claim 10 hours and I got 6.5. So The only computers that I know are pretty accurate in their claims are Apple computers. whether that be their iPads, their phones, or their MacBooks. My MacBook, I can definitely get 12 hours of usage out of that thing, and it lasts for days on a charge. This thing right here can go several days, but you are going to probably go ahead and get that 6 hours of usage out of it. Now, let's take a look at the keyboard here. The keyboard is really nice. So this keyboard, when I say it's nice, let me elaborate. It's nice to have the addition of the keyboard. It's not the best keyboard in my opinion at all, but it's free in the box. As you can see here, the computer will dock in this station right here. And then the keyboard itself has its own little folding mechanism, so the keyboard will prop up the computer, which is pretty sweet. And there's no pairing or anything needed. As soon as you dock this in here, boom, you can start typing. It's that good. So talking more about the keyboard, a little bumpy cam. Here's the thing. This keyboard, this trackpad is horrible. It is horrible. It's not balanced. It's bleh. So I would suggest, and I'm going to give you a tour around the hardware of the computer in just a second here, because I'll justify my recommendation. I'm going to suggest that you go ahead and do an external keyboard and mouse, or at least an external mouse. Here's why. For me, I'm a right-handed person, and I very seldom use the left shift key, but look at the right shift key. It's that small shift key on Lenovo products. Oh, I hate it. I really dislike it. I can't tell you how much I dislike it. So, other than that, it's got that clicky feel and feedback. Not as good as this Anchor keyboard. However, it is good. And it's free in the box, so remember that. So, it's not like you actually need it. You actually have an on-screen keyboard. So if you dock this in right here, this kind of sits up like this, and there you have a full-fledged laptop. It's that good. So bumpy cam, a lot of bumpy cams in here, guys. Sorry, but you can see here if let me tilt a little bit. Booyah! So you can see now I have an on-screen mouse. It's right there. You see it? I just pop it in and it automatically pairs. That is very, very nice. And as far as clickability goes and things like that, if I click on something, it's cool, man. I mean, this definitely is not the best trackpad, and I wasn't expecting a lot of good trackpad usage out of this thing. The magnet on here is not the strongest, but again, it's free, so you got to take that into consideration. So I am giving you a lot of bumpy cams, and I really I apologize. So let's take a look around the hardware. Here's where it gets good. This has a power button here. Let's see if I can focus that over there. Power button, volume rocker, and yes, that is a speaker, one of two speakers. USB Type-C, microphone, headphone jack, SD card slot, and mini HDMI out. I have those cables for that. Beautiful. And then you have your docking area down here, and here's the other speaker right there. And on the top, nothing. And on the back, you got that design. So, is it worth the $219? I'm going to go ahead and say, yeah. I mean, this is a really nice computer. You get a carrying case / keyboard for emergency purposes. I actually keep it in this, and I've been using it in this right here the entire time that I've been using it. So, I got to tell you, I can see why this has almost a 4-star rating. It's actually pretty solid. I review a lot of things on here on YouTube, and this was probably one of the better things that I've actually gotten a chance to review. I kid you not, this is actually really nice, and it has worked its way into my day-to-day routine. Some things I test, and I kind of just test them and put them back in the box, but I stayed signed in. I did everything on here that just my normal routine that I would do on my regular computer, and to my surprise, it's actually working, folks. It's actually really good. So with that being said, man, I recommend it. I can't say that I don't. This is actually a pretty solid computer. And obviously you see I have my favorite black and lime green look there. There is bezels on here. For those that want to know the resolution, it's 1200 by 1280 by 800. So you're not getting a 1080p display. You're getting a 720p display pretty much. But with a tablet like this, it's Windows. You don't need this stellar resolution for something like this. Just like on iOS products, you don't need a really high resolution. You know, you just don't need it. It's just one of those things. So I gotta tell you, like I said, I really recommend this phone. I'm so used to reviewing phones. I really recommend this 2-in-1 PC. And this is noted that this is the 2017 model. I don't know what the other one, was like. This also has a G sensor too, I have to add. But I don't know what the other model was like. But I can tell you, this one is good. The official name is the iRulu W20 Walkbook. Now there is a W10 version, but a W1 version, but I'm gonna have the W20 version. So maybe that's what they're talking about. The W1 version might be the old model. Let me look at the W1 version. I don't know. Maybe the. Oh yeah. Okay. So the W1 version has the Bay Trail T quad core processor. So I don't know. This. I just know that this one that I have is a 2017 model. And it's fantastic. I bought it back on April 21st, and it's good. I like it, man. I really don't have much to complain about. It's not very sluggish. Performance is good. Cameras work. I'm actually gonna probably try to do like a video stream or chat on here with someone. I just like it, man. So it stores away in this. I keep it like this. I keep it docked and stored like this. And you can see the cutout here that they give you for stand built in. I mean, come on. This is a free keyboard is always nice. When you think about, and this is a soft touch, like matte feel. So when you think about some of the things that are being sold that are identical to this, what you're paying for them, you just kind of got to do the math. Do you think it's worth it, or do you not think it's worth it? As far as Wi-Fi goes, I need to touch on that. It does have a G sensor, like I said before. It has Wi-Fi 2.4 gigahertz. That might be something that was a downer for me also. Not just the keyboard and the trackpad and stuff. That was another downer, was the Wi-Fi. I want 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi, but at this price point, you really can't expect too much. And then it has Bluetooth 4.0. Micro USB port. So I would suggest that you grab an adapter and hook up an external through this USB Type-C port right here for your mouse. And that's it. It doesn't have GPS or anything, but it does have microphones built in, a headphone jack, and an SD card. I mean, this is good. So, it's your man Jay Will. This is the iRulu. Let me get it. I really like the way this stand comes up like that from the keyboard. The iRulu W20 Walkbook 10.1 Windows 10 laptop 2-in-1 tablet. Sweet, right? I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.